Hey guys, it's Ripon. In this episode, I will show you how to create Angular service and then how to use the Angular service into Angular component. So let's get started. First of all, I want to check ng version I have. So currently I have 18.2.8. I'm gonna create a new project, ng new Angular 18 service. Alright, now let's navigate to the project Angular 18 service. Open the project in Visual Studio Code. Alright, so Angular services is an essential component of Angular application. They are often used for data retrieval, manipulation, or storage, or to implement the business logic, or maybe communicate with the external APIs, and so on. Then it can be injected into components or other services using dependency injection. I will show all those in this example. Also, it has one unique feature, which is Angular services are singletons, which means that there is only one instance of service throughout the entire application. Okay, first of all, I want to open a terminal. Let's run ng serve. Alright, so this is our sample application. I want to create a folder under app, give it a name, components. Then I want to create another folder which is gonna be services. I can also create another one which is for models. Okay, now I'm gonna open another terminal. Then I will create few components. So let's navigate to the components. So ng generate c product list. I did show you in the previous episodes how to create the components, how to configure the Angular routes. So please look at those videos if you want to see the details. I want to create another one that is gonna be add product. Then one more ng c for controller, component, edit product. Okay, and if we expand, I see all of them has been created, and also one more I need, which is for ng component navbar. And also I'm gonna create one more which is not found component. Alright, now let's remove all of this existing template. Here I'm gonna use our default template, which is default selector, which is gonna be product list, and the selector is add product app dash product dash list. Okay, also I want to give a div here, container. Well, I also need to add the Bootstrap here plus router outlet. Okay, and it's complaining about that this is unknown, right? So we have to go to the component and then add the product list component, save it. That should be good. Okay, and also you can see it is showing up in the UI. Then first of all, I wanna add the navbar, save it, and if I can see some changes in the UI. No, not yet, because we need to add that navbar selector here, which is app dash navbar. So instead of this, let's add app dash navbar, and then go to the component. We do not need this one anymore. Instead we need navbar, so we can remove that import statement as well. Okay, let's go to the browser. Yep, I can see that. Now what I need to do is I need to install the Bootstrap, which is gonna be npm I Bootstrap. Alright, now let's go to the angular.json. So in the style, I'm gonna add the reference for Bootstrap CSS, and under script I'm gonna add the reference for Bootstrap JS. Okay, so it doesn't reflect here in the UI, so let's go to use Ctrl C and then use again ng-serve. Yep, now it is showing up in the UI, right? Okay, now I want to add the product list. I have a table here. Let's make it S2 instead. Okay, and let's remove this one first. I will show you how to add later. Save that, and in the component, in the component CS file, I have a product. Also I need the product model, so I can click the model here. Let's give it a name, product.ts, or we can also give a name something like product.model.ts. Oops. Okay, so I have a product, which is this one. I have ID, title, price, and quantity. So here I need to import that. Okay, that's good. Let's see, looks like that's better now. So it doesn't show up here yet, so I need to configure the routing. So I'm gonna add a bunch of routes here, which I am using from my previous episode. Please refer that episode to see how I did create this routing. Okay, page not found. Was it page not found? I think it was not found something. Yep. Okay, now in the UI I can see that it is showing up, right? Okay, I have to add the route URL for this menu. So for now I can see I have the list of products. Alright, let's fix those. Go to the navbar HTML. Let's add a router link, which is gonna be add-product, right? Add-product. Okay, that's good. And I have here another one. It says home. Let's give it a name as products, and the router link is gonna be product list. Is it product list? Yep, product dash list. That's good. If I save this, let's go to the browser. Oops. Okay, there's an issue. Issue is the router link is not known, so we need to import the router link. Save that. Yep, build succeeded. So now have add product and products is like the products list. Okay, and what about the edit? Do you have that one? So let's configure that also. Go to the product list. So here I need to add the router link, and I also need to pass additional parameter, which is gonna be product ID, right? Product, edit product, and the product ID, which is gonna be product.id. Let's save that. Okay, here's an issue. What is the issue? Router link not known, right? So we need to import that. All right, let's save that. Okay, if we click on this, yep, it is going to the specific URL. Perfect, right? Okay, for some reason it doesn't show the container. Let's take a look. What is the container? Container is in the app.component.html container. Okay, there is a like spelling mistake. Save that. Yep, okay, perfect. Now let's fix the edit page. First of all, add product. So I'm gonna use the template from my previous episode. So this is the template I'm using from the previous episode. So here I have all these bindings, and if I save, it will throw error. Let's go back to the here I should have a product. Also import that product, then I use one add product method in the HTML. Okay, it is still showing an error. What is the error? A router link. Okay, okay, still one more. What is this? ng model. So we need to use forms module. Save that. So succeeded. If we go to the product, I can see that form is there. Okay, now let's fix the edit page. Okay, then in that controller, not controller, component, I need to have these two, and then update product, right? That is what I use in the UI. Okay, that's good. Let's go into the UI. Yep, so I have here ID disabled. Now our template is ready. Now it's time to generate the service. So I need to go to the service folder. So cd services, g for generate as for service, give the service name as products, or yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, it has been created as product. I was trying to use it like products, which is fine. Okay, the product dot service dot ts. Okay, so if you see, this is like injectable service, right? We have the decoration as injectable. So first of all, what I would like to do is, instead of keeping the products here, I want to move the products in the service layer. So what I need to do, In the service, I can create a private variable which is gonna be products, right? And type is the product array. Let's import the product, and here the data is gonna be array, which is actually from here, this array, right? All right, save that. So we can remove this. You can say initially it is a empty array. Then in the constructor, now we are going to inject that product service into our product list component. So we can use the constructor injector here, constructor injection to be specific. So we can say product service, which is actually product service. Okay, so here we can say this, that products equal product service dot, well, now I need to create the method in the service layer to get the product, right? So what I can do here, say get products, it will return list of product, so it's gonna be an array, and here we can say return this dot products. Okay, now save that, come back here, we are gonna use that get products method. That's it. Now let's see how it looks like in the UI. Yep, we can still get the product from the services. So we have created the service, and we are also returning the products from the service, and then we injected that service in the product list component using constructor injection. Then we are calling that service method, right, to get the product. All right, now what we can do for the add product, so here we can call the service and then add the product, right? So for that we need to use the constructor injection here to get the service. You can say product service, which is gonna be product service type. Okay, nothing much to do here. So here we can log, then we need to have a method in the service layer that will actually add the product to the list, right? Add product, this will accept a parameter type product, and then it will not return anything, so that's gonna be void. So what we want to do, we want to get the max ID so that we can increase the ID, right? So let's say the bar max ID is gonna be this dot products dot reduce. We can use reduce function here, then use the callback function previous and current, then in the then it will return previous if there's a previous, and previous ID is greater than current.id, then return previous else current. Okay, we can also console that. Let's log that so that we can see what it's gonna be. And then if we now we got the max product, right? This is gonna be max, it's a type of product. Okay, so we can say actually max, or we can say last product. right? So if the last product is null, say null, right, then we have to deal one way. Else, so what we can do, we can declare a variable, say product ID. At the beginning it is 0, then product ID. If it is null, we can start from 1, right? Else we can say the product ID is gonna be the last product dot ID plus 1, right? Now we got the product ID, so we can assign it to the product ID, which is gonna be product ID. And then we can also console the log here, the product, how it looks like. Then finally we can add the product using push method. Alright, so this is our add product method in the service. Now we can use that in our add product component. So here what we can do, we can call that service product service dot add product and pass the product. So once we pass that, then we can say product equal new product, because I don't want to show the product is still in the UI, right? That's why I'm making it like empty product in the UI. Save that. Let's see, no issue. Let's go back to our add product. Well, what we can do, we can inspect here. I want to add, okay, we can also inspect the source here, right? We can say we wanna inspect the service, right? So we can see okay, first of all we want to add the product which we don't have, right? Let's say we have red t-shirt, white t-shirt, blue t-shirt, we don't have the green t-shirt. Okay, price 7.79, quantity 20, add product. Well, the last product was ID was 1003, which is great. So okay, it should go to the else, then product ID is gonna be 1004, right? Then it is gonna assign into the product ID, which is now 1004. Perfect. Then it is gonna add to the list. Perfect. Then finally it is now empty. We can also see in the console, yep, 1004. Yep. Now let's go back to our, now we can see the product is in there, right? The green t-shirt, 779.20. So that was our second service method, right? That is working. Now I'm gonna add another method which is for edit product, right? So for the edit product we need two things. One is, if we click the edit here, see it is showing 1004 but it doesn't show the product, so I need to call the service to get that product by ID, which is 1004, then display it here. Then in the update method I need to update the product in the service. So I need to work on two methods. So let's go to the edit. Okay, I have that here. Does it show the edit? It doesn't show anything on the UI. Why is that? Control C and ng-serve again. Oh, I forget to save this page. Okay, now we need to fix the router link. Let's import the router link. Okay, that is resolved. What else? Still the product. Okay, we do not have the product yet. Is it the issue? Oh, ng model. Okay, we need to use forms module. Okay, looks good. Let's go to the UI. Yep, I can see the product. Now I need to list the product for this ID. Okay, so for that I need to import the service, right? So we have the constructor for that, private product service from product service, and also I need another parameter which is for route, activated route, because I need to grab that ID, right? The product ID. So what I can do here, I need to implement on init. I can implement the interface ng on init. So here this dot route param map subscribe. If you want to learn this, please refer my previous video. In the previous couple of the videos I did show you how to configure the routing and also how to create the templates or components, so you can see these examples there with details. So please make sure to visit my previous videos. So params.get with ID. Why did I provide the ID? Because we mentioned it in the Angular routes that edit product slash, which is gonna be ID. Okay, so we got the ID. Now what? We also need to load the product, right? So if product ID is there, right, then the product is gonna be product service get product by ID and pass the product ID, right? But we do not have that method yet. That's why we need to create that. So let's create that method in the service. We are gonna accept a product ID, type number, and then we will return a product. Okay, so we can remove these logs there because our purpose is done debugging. So this log is specifically for debugging purpose. Okay, so it will return the products find p such that p dot id is gonna be our product ID. Okay, so it is saying this ID, this find method will return if the product ID is found, and if it is not found it will return undefined. But we are saying we must return a product, right? So it has to be like a nullable product, right? Or we can say undefined. So go back here. Now it should be fine. Then let's go to the UI. Yep, it is showing up, right? That product we did update. Now I need to work on this method, right? If I click on this, let's open another one, 1002. Okay, 1002, If I click on this, it will update the quantity or any data in the service. So for that I have a method here, update product. So in the update product, I simply can call the product service, right? Then say update product. The method is not there yet, I have to create that one. So copy this, if I save it will throw error, right? Now let's go to the service. So here the update product will accept a parameter which is actually product, right? Once it is updated, it will return nothing. That's it. Or you can return boolean, true or false, whatever. Okay, we can use console log. We can log the product, and then first of all I want to find that a specific product, right, that I'm gonna update. So the best way to find that is the index. Find index for that product, right? So this is from products, find index, id is gonna be product dot id. Okay, once that is done, index is there, right? We can console found index, and then we can say these products with that specific index is gonna be our new product, right? This is how we can update the product list. Save that method. Okay, it looks like it's there. Let's go to the UI, inspect. I'm gonna use this one, edit. Okay, so now we do not need this. We can put a breakpoint here. Also console is there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna update the price, which is gonna be 6.50, right? Update. Okay, found the index which is 1. Okay, because if we see here this dot products, one, because this is the product we are looking for, right? 1002. If you see, this is 1002. That's why the index is 1. So now we are gonna replace that product with our product that includes the new price 6.50. Okay, continue. It's done. 6.50. We can go back to our product. Yep, 6.50, right? And earlier I mentioned that Angular services are singleton, right? If you see that I updated there, still it holds the data in the product list component, right? Because we are using the same service. Same service is injected into multiple components, and that is same across the application. So it proves that the services are singleton. So it did not reinitialize or change anything on the service. But if you refresh the page, it will go away because we are not persisting the data in somewhere like a storage or database, right? Either we have the storage in our local storage or in the database. If you see, if I click on the refresh, it goes away. Now it is 5.49 again. Because if I refresh, the application is reloading, the entire application is reloading again, right? So this is how we can implement the Angular service. In the later episode, I will show you how to use HTTP client to call the third-party API and get the data from the API. Instead of storing it here locally, right, in this variable, we can store in the database or the local storage. So that is what I will show you in the next episode. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you can see the future videos just like this. Also, please write your comment in the comment box and let me know how you are feeling and how much you are learning from here. Also share the video with others. See you in the next episode.